Hey, you. Yeah, you, I'm talking to you. Person that's always had trouble cooking pork butts. This is the video for you. It's delicious. It's easy. Stay tuned. All right, today we're gonna be using the Ultimate Blend pellet from recteq Grills. Mixture of red oak, white oak, and hickory, blended perfectly together to give you that amazing wood-fired taste. All right, we're gonna start with this awesome looking 10-pound pork butt. Man, this thing is so marbled with fat. Fat equals flavor when you're talking about pork butts, guys. Man, this thing looks absolutely amazing. Next step, I'm gonna get me some gloves. That way to stay nice and clean. These nitrile gloves are available at recteqgrills.com. Go pick you some up today. Now that we got this beautiful, beautiful pork butt, we've got it unwrapped. I'm not gonna trim it. A lot of folks like to trim. I'm not gonna trim, I'm gonna leave that fat on there, and that fat is gonna give us some great flavor. Now, we're gonna cook this fat side down. We're not gonna cook it fat side up. The fat is not gonna render down and melt into the meat or anything. Traditionally, you always wanna point the fat near the flame, so that's how we're gonna do it. The first step is we're gonna make our binder. Today, we're gonna use 4 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and a half a cup of molasses. Now that it's coated, we're gonna mix up our seasoning, put it on there. And we're gonna use equal parts Ron's Screamin pig rub and Rossarooski's honey rib rub. Equal parts Rossarooski's and Ron's Screamin pig rub. Both of these are available at recteqgrills.com. Do a little mixture here. Make sure that they're good and blended. And don't be afraid, guys. This is a big piece of meat, so it can take all of that seasoning. My flavor profile usually when I do pork butts is gonna be a little bit sweeter with just a little bit of back end heat, not too much. But again, it's a big piece of meat, so it can take all of that seasoning. And today we're gonna be cooking on the RT700. That's 702 square inches of cooking surface. That is plenty of room for about 6 to 8 of these bad boys. Of course, we're only cooking one, so we're gonna put it right in the center. Now our pork butt has reached about 160 to 170 degrees internal. It looks really, really pretty. Now it's time to double wrap it in aluminum foil and place it back on the grill. So we're gonna grab 2 sheets and make sure that they're big enough to go around the pork butt a couple of times. This is gonna help us. So when you take it off, it's gonna be very, very hot. I like to use these insulated gloves up underneath my nitrile gloves. I wish they made these for my mouth, so when I'm tasting all that delicious food that's really, really hot, I wouldn't burn the inside. Invention. Beautiful color. I like to wrap it good, oh Lord, and tight. You do not want to do that. You do not want to have any holes. So I am going to need to get another sheet of aluminum foil. So press it all the way around. It's all the way around. You got to be mindful because your juices are going to come out of that too. So just, you got to remember that. So if you put a hole in it, remember. So it's important to get all of the air out and wrap it as tight as you can to help that bark. You also don't want to steam the meat. You want to cook it. Now that we've double wrapped our beautiful pork butt in aluminum foil. We're gonna put it back on the RT700 and we're gonna shoot for an internal temperature, 200 to 205 degrees, and then gonna make sure that it's probe tender, let it rest about 30 minutes. All right, our pork butt is rested and ready. We got it to an internal temperature of 205 degrees. We pulled it off the RT700, let it rest about 30 minutes. The RT700 did its job. It held 250 perfectly the whole entire cook. Did not deviate from that temperature. That is the key to a perfect pork butt, is maintaining your temperature precisely. Here's the ultimate test. If this bone pulls out, we know we did it perfectly. Look at that. Not even a little bit of meat left on that bad boy. That's how you know you cooked a good pork butt. But we're gonna take off a little bit of this top fat here. Again, we didn't trim it, but I wanna make sure that we don't mix it in with our meat. Man, this pork butt recipe couldn't have been simpler. The RT700 held 250 degrees perfectly, cooking this pork butt to absolute perfection. This thing is hands down the most delicious pork butt you will ever cook. And how simple was it? It was super simple and super delicious. Wow. Wow. Guys, ring that bell. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the recteq. Man, you gotta get you some in this. Come on in here. Look at this.